I can't overstand that.
All right, Facebook Live. I haven't done a live feed in a while, so I want to check up on you. On my way to meet Gary V, social media mogul, owner of Vayner Media. And I have my son with me here, Alejandro. I got Christian Abad. I got Jay. And I got Elijah in the wheels.
Hey!
So one of the mistakes that I made today is that I allowed my son to bring some snacks and some Oreo cookies. I like cookies, so I'm not gonna stop him from bringing some cookies. So he got a pack of Oreo cookies, 1 pack per attendee here in the car. So we got 1, me, 2, 3, 4, and 5 packs. So as I'm continuing this experience, I realized that he's just eating up every single cookie that he could get his hands on, and he just finished 5 packs of Oreo cookies. So I forget sometimes that my son is 10 years old and he needs to be watched over, and sometimes when he's with dad, I treat him as an adult. So I need to make sure I watch this kid, because he's about to interview Gary V in about an hour. So we need to kind of sober him up a little bit from the sugar. So any feedback that you could give me on how to get your kid off sugar in the next 2 hours, comment below. Does water work? Maybe making him run a couple of laps in the parking lot. Maybe make him do some push-ups.
I already drunk 5 bottles of water. He told me to drink water, so I drank 5 bottles of water.
Yeah, bottles of water. So comment below and let me know what can you do to get your kid to process sugar faster, because he has a very important meeting today and I don't want him to act like he's sugar high. So what are some comments? Deborah, thank you. Yin, Edward, what's going on, brother? Scott, protein shake. Thank you. Maybe I'll give him a protein shake. I don't know if that's good though for kids. He's 10 years old. Maria Hernandez, I see you. Thank you. So why are we meeting Gary V? Why are we spending time with Gary V? If you follow who Gary V is, if you don't follow who Gary V is, you should definitely look him up. You should definitely start following him. He's one of those very few people that I follow in social media. I mean, this guy is killing it. He's a social media mogul. I mean, this guy is in YouTube, he's in Instagram, he's in Snapchat. Like, he's all over the place. He's a master in marketing. He has mastered the social media art. So one of the reasons we're meeting him is because I want to pick his brains about what are the trends. What are the trends that are coming up in the market? We have Snapchat as a trending social media app. We have the changes that Instagram has done recently on the algorithm. Facebook's still killing it. I mean, we're watching this on Facebook, so Facebook's still killing it. We have Facebook Live. So what are some questions that you may want to ask Gary V in the next couple hours? And I'll pick some of the questions here in the comments and I'll ask him, and I'll get back to you in a live feed after I'm done with the meeting. But if you're not using social media for your business, you're missing the boat. You're missing the boat. I've built the next level experience in the social media platform. Like 3 years ago when I launched the next level experience, nobody knew what that was. Nobody knew who Raul was. I built my brand in social media. So if nothing else, just learn from the power that social media has to give you the leverage and give you the access that we wouldn't have any other way. We wouldn't have any other way to communicate like this, and for viewers to see it, and for us to interact with the people who follow us if it wasn't for social media. So yes, there's some bad things about social media as the addiction for social media, because yes, sometimes I have to turn it off. But I think that the good in social media supersedes the bad, the opportunities. For like a guy like me, for example, that wants to spread his message about having the edge and being a coach and being a mentor and being a businessman, being a father, being a son, social media gives you that platform. So I would love to hear what you have to say. Chime in and comment below and let me know some questions that you may have for him that could help you in your business, that could help you in your marketing, that could help you in your social media strategy. Any questions that you may not be able to to ask yourself, I will ask for you. So Arturo Weaver, thank you for joining. And see, as you can see, Alejandro is toning down now. The sugar is wearing off. Is the sugar wearing off? Maybe not. Maybe not. Wishful thinking. Wishful thinking. So I have my whole team here because we're gonna document this. We're gonna make it into a video that will serve you, so we could actually put this also in a podcast style interview. We're gonna interview him for you guys to kind of see the interaction. So we're compounding time. Like, you know, I have this concept that 1 + 1 = 3. How can you create 1 + 1 = 3? One of the things that I've done in the past is every time I do one thing, I try to leverage that so we could have the equation of 3 things. Like right now, I'm talking to you guys, but at the same time, my video production here, hopefully, is getting some video of me. As you can see, he's more into listening to what I'm saying than listening into what he needs to be doing. But again, 1 + 1 = 3 when you have other people, when you leveraging other people's talents. So right now, he's at the camera, we're recording this, we're making this into a documentary style video. I'm communicating with you, I'm interacting with you, so that's 1 + 1 = 3. So with that strategy of 1 + 1 = 3, what are some of the things that you could do in your business that you could leverage? Either you leverage your customers, leverage your knowledge, leverage your expertise. You need to leverage. If you don't use leverage in business, if you're not leveraging who you are, if you're not leveraging your knowledge, if you're not leveraging your clients, if you're not leveraging, 1 + 1 is always gonna equal 2. And when you have this thought that 1 + 1 = 2, you're missing the opportunity that 1 + 1 could equal 3. Like, where is the opportunity that you could see? Where are you not seeing that you could have something that you didn't think that you could have before? Melos, thank you. I'm excited. Yep. He's a value machine. Gary Vee is a value machine. So let me hear from you. I mean, this is an interactive platform. Let me hear from you and let me know, what would you ask Gary Vee, a guy has built 2 companies for over $50 million in revenue, a guy who's killing it in social media. He's close to having 1 million followers in Facebook, which Tony Robbins just hit the 1 million followers a couple of months ago. So just understand the power of social media. Gary Vee, I didn't know who Gary Vee was until probably about 2 years ago. I've known who Tony Robbins is, and Tony Robbins has been in the market for the past 30+ years. So it took Tony 30+ years, and now with the social media, he has over 1 million followers. It took Gary Vee 5 years to get in this status. So we are compounding time with social media. He wrote a book, Ask Gary Vee. I think I have a copy of his book somewhere here. Heather, can you pass me the book, please?
Sure.
My assistant here. How you feeling, dude?
I'm tired.
Now you're crashing? Yeah, you're tired? Now he's tired. See, now that's what happens when you have sugar. You go up and then you crash. You gonna sleep? All right, you have 1 hour to recoup. 1 hour to recoup. So, Gary Vee, hashtag Ask Gary Vee, the book. I mean, this book has tons of value. Like I was thinking about what I'm gonna ask him, but the reality is that every question that I will ask him is already in this book. So if you haven't picked up this book, you need to pick it up. I mean, this is total worth the time that you're gonna spend reading it and the money invested in buying this. Tino, who does Gary Vee follow? That's a good question. I will definitely ask him that. Who does he follow? I think he's into sports. He follows people in the sports industry, and I know he's a big fan of Tony Robbins as well. I don't know if he follows Tony, but that's a really good question. Who does he follow? And again, every time that you want to meet guys who are either more successful than you or doing things that you want to do, you always have to understand that there is value that you could bring as well. Like I used to shrink when I used to meet other people that were more successful than I was, and I used to have this feeling of not being enough. But the reality is that success is not measured necessarily in money or fame or prestige. Success is measured in the lifestyle, quality of life. And I feel like my quality of life right now is equivalent to anybody who's in that level, because I love where I am. I love the place that I've put myself, financially, with my business, with my family, the time. So success is measured in very different forms. But if you believe that when you meet people that are more successful than you because they have the money, or they have the prestige, or they have the degrees, you always have to look at it that energy is everything. And when you exude that neediness, or like that groupie-like energy, I'll think that you repel people. You repel people. And every time in a network opportunity, you have to know that you have value. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter where you are. You have value. You bring in value. So every time you meet somebody who's successful, like I remember when I met Richard Branson, I wasn't starstruck when meeting Richard Branson. I was more interested in picking his brains about how he got there than me praising him. So there's a thin line between praise and honor. Praise and honor. Honor these people. Honor this man. Like Gary Vee, I honor him because he's put in the fucking work. He's put in the fucking work. And that's what I talk about constantly, is put in the work if you want to get the results. So I'm gonna meet him, but it's more of an honor to meet him than a groupie-like energy of, oh my God, like I'm gonna meet Gary Vee. So when you start thinking, how can I honor these people, as opposed to what can I get from them, or just take a picture, or take a selfie, or use their leverage. I'm there truly to bring value to his life, and I don't know what that's gonna look like, but I'm open to that, to bring value, because I believe that I could bring value to anybody. It doesn't matter how much money you have, doesn't matter how much success you have, there's always value in meeting. Let's see, Insights 2020. So knowing what he does and is a climb towards success, or what? Good, I'll ask him that. Some 2020 vision, what he will do different. I think he covers a lot of this stuff in his book. A couple of things that I probably suggest that you guys do is follow him in Instagram, follow him on YouTube. He's a machine. I mean, Gary Vee is truly a machine. One of the questions I'm going to ask him personally is like, how does he set up his entire team when it comes to the content that he produces? Because if you look at his social media platforms, I mean, he's all over the place. He has video, he has pictures, he has posts, he has articles. I mean, he has to have a team. He doesn't do it on his own. He has a whole team. So that's one of my questions. How do you set it up? What is the structure, and what does the team look like? Milos, how important is the investment into exposure for him compared to the quality of the content? He's always focused on content. I've never read something about exposure. It's a great question. He focuses on content, more of the value of people reading his stuff or watching his videos. One of the things that I know about him that he talks in his video, in his book, is that his investments in Facebook, his investments in Snapchat, investment in Uber, and basically all those investments were done through relationships. Opportunities come through relationships, and that's why I believe proximity is power. Like you see, proximity is power. Most of my business deals that I've come across have been because of relationships. I mean, the biggest returns of my investments have always been in relationships. So when you start investing, invest on people, invest in relationships. And I believe that that's how he got where he is right now with Facebook and Snapchat and Ubers, because he had the right relationships and he knew how to leverage those relationships in order for him to create an opportunity so he could invest in those companies and have a huge upside. All right, what else? Who else? The team question is great. Awesome. Thank you for the feedback. All right, come on, guys. Give me some stuff. We have like, I think 10 more minutes before we get there. We're going to start shooting some video out in the building. But this is an opportunity for you to ask a question and see what you come up with, what kind of answer you come up with. And I'll tell you right now, like one of the most exciting things about this experience is that I'm sharing this with my son. And even though right now he's crashed because of the sugar, we can't make this shit up. I mean, we can't make this shit up. It's like, we could have a reality TV show here, man. A reality TV show. This could be like on our way to meet Gary Vee, my son munching on cookies. He crashing right now in one of the biggest interviews of his career. This is a decision that we make. Like, the opportunity is there and we make some choices, and sometimes it's choices that we think they're not going to affect us. But imagine if he was 20-something years old and he's showing up hangover to an interview that could possibly change his life. So these are the choices that we make. But I take responsibility because he's my son. He's 10 years old. Like, this is on me. This is not on him. I should have been watching him. I should have been watching him a little bit more. But now it's an experience that I'm learning not to oversee the little details of letting him eat so many cookies. Okay, let's see what Oscar is saying. What you do when business partnership is bad, but the business is doing well. Yeah, I mean, I've been through those situations. That partnership is not really working, but the business is going well. I'll definitely ask him that, Oscar. If you're asking for some of the feedback from me, I will see if we could sell the business to your partner, or buy him out, or find a way that is an opportunity for you to detach yourself from that if the energy is not there. One of the things that I talk about constantly is energy. Energy is everything. You have to protect your energy. You have to protect your energy. It doesn't matter how much money you make if you feel every time you go to the office you have that energy is not there, or you feel that you don't want to be there, or you feel like people are looking over your shoulder. So you need to protect your energy. All right, guys. So looks like we're almost gonna be there. We have to park. I appreciate you following. I'll give you an update after the interview. Learn it, live it, experience it. Alejandro, you cute, dude.
Love life.
Love life.